Yeah, good afternoon, guys. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. This is your brother, your friend, Human Steven, right here on the show. I can see that people say they are watching football right now, but one thing I believe in football will not be as important as our well-being as a nation or as a people. So, guys, I want to come aboard right now. Let's discuss politics today with Human Steven. I have a very, intriguing discussion that we need to deal with also today. I will do analysis of an interview that was done in 1964 by Sir Amadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, who was the premier of the Northern region, in 1964. And we're going to check, we're trying to see how we can, to compare and contrast what happened in 1964 to the reality that is on today in Nigeria. I know, guys, that whatever you are seeing today in Nigeria has been properly designed to be like this. Okay, Nigeria got independent in 1960, and within 4 years of that time, an interview was made by one of the leaders of the Nigerian politics at that time, who were one of the people who actually fought for the independence of Nigeria. So you will see the contraction in Nigeria today has been like this. This contraction has never, ever been put together to better the lot of the South. Okay, guys? So I want you guys to stay with me today. Bring all the IPOP member here, bring all the Oduduwa here, bring all the Midwestern or the Niger Deltans to the show. We need to replay back. What are the plans on ground? What we're experiencing today in Nigeria, is it actually a coincidence or a calculated attempt from the beginning? So this is where I want every one of you to actually come in today and let us have a time to actually discuss together the basis, the foundation of the contraction called Nigeria. Are we actually part of one entity called Nigeria in the minds of the caliphates? Are we actually together, or there is something that they are playing on our intelligence? The likes of Akim Ahmed Baba, the likes, of this northern elite who speaks so boldly as if the Nigeria contraction is actually a birthright of the caliphate. What is the hidden agenda that the South are not seeing from the onset of 1956, when the first motion was raised by our brother, our father, Chief Anthony Enaoro, the Adela of Oromi? What was the mindset of the Northerners when they eventually walked out from the House of Parliament in total rejection of that move that was called for by a Southerner? Why did our people from the South refuse to see the reality at that point in time? Why they traveled all the way from Lagos to Kano to speak to this man whose interview I'm about to analyze today? Why, as at 1960, no, 1959, a year before the independence, when an election was conducted for the first time for the indigenous people of Nigeria to take over the reign of power, how did it become a reality that the Hausas, who were the majority in the north, could not hold on to power? Rather, the Fulanis were given such an opportunity. What are the plans? What are the easy plans that we, the Southerners, are not seeing today? That's actually making Nigeria to be 100 steps backward and 1 step forward. The hatred of the Northerners against the Igbos, was it after the 1967 coup? 1966, January 15th coup? Sorry, guys. I repeat, the hatred of the Northerners against the Igbo, was it as a result of the 1966 January 15th coup? Or that hatred had lingered for a very long time? This idea of the Northerners wanting to remain, to take over every aspect of, of the federal character in Nigeria today, is it an idea of General Muhammadu Buhari, or it has been there all along? These are many things we're going to analyze in the next few minutes. Of this, it's not going to be a very long video, guys. Because I want you to share this video to your friends, share it to your WhatsApp, to Facebook, anywhere, and give us a lot of like. Leave your comment behind while we discuss issues that actually bother us strongly on the Nigerian state. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to put a video up. I'm going to analyze a video. Then I'm going to call it a day. I'm not going to stay too long today, because today is supposed to be a rest day. But I saw this video, I listened to it, I felt we need to talk about some certain things that is happening in our nation. The agitation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Apple family, is it what they sought? The detection of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Baho, is it actually what they sought? These are things we need to look at in this video. That I'm about to play and put a little bit of analysis on. Let's go, guys.
Talks about killing your premier. Add on top of that the North's general hate of the East, and you can start to get the picture of. Talks about killing your premier. Add on top of that the North's general hate of the East, and you can start to get the picture of the sort of tribal tension Nigeria was heading towards.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I would almost call it obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village or a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area.
Okay, guys. Now I'm trying to see how I can put this video up to be able to pause it and play. Okay, so just give me some few minutes. Let me see how I can do that. Or I need to share. I think I need to share. Let me see if I can be able to do it through sharing. I thought I was able to do it through this one where I can play and pause. Okay, let me share screen. It's okay, guys. Just give me a minute, please. One minute, guys. Let me see if I can be able to share the screen. Are we seeing this now? Sorry, guys. Just 1 minute, please. I just try to see if I can share, because that's the only way I can be able to play this video and also pause it up. If you are seeing it when I share now, do you see the entire video when I shared it? Please just let me know. So before I go back there. Sorry, guys. Did you see the entire video when I shared it right now? Did you see the entire video when I shared it right now? Please, guys, I want you to just give me feedback so I know what to do, because that's the only way I can be able to talk and share the video. Hello, guys. You didn't see the video? Okay, when I share it, I need to do. Oh God! And I thought I was going to be able to get it through this miss. Okay, let me go to my system. Let me share from my system. Let me share video files. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit nervous right now. Okay.
Premier.
Okay. Beautiful.
Add on top of that the North's general.
Beautiful. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I think I know right now a lot of people will be very proud of me. Don't mind me, guys. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, James Tosaze. Good afternoon, Vivian. Good afternoon, Doris. Good afternoon, Osai Bovo. And who is there again? Maria. Good afternoon. General House of Hope, Belgium and Nigeria. Good afternoon, guys. Please, I want to just share this video, guys. Share this video, guys. Who is also there right now? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, every one of us. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, beautiful. Now, like I was saying, now this video you are about to watch right now is an interview that was done by Amadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, which was in Northern Premier in 1964. 4 years after independence, 2 years before the first, military coup actually took place in Nigeria. And he has this to say. He has these words to say. I want to listen to these words carefully. And these words are actually the words that actually triggered me, that made me to be very, very, very angry, guys. Okay?
Hate of the East. And you can start to get the picture of the sort of tribal tension Nigeria was heading towards.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well,
now, you see, the interviewer, the white man who was actually doing this interview, asked me a question, which is still very, very fresh today. Like I said, I'm not an Igbo guy, but I support justice, fairness, and equity. I might also believe in the modus of operandos of the IPOBs, in agitating for self-determination, but yet that will not, make me not to accept the fact that something has been wrong in the entire process that involves Nigeria. Okay, guys? So that's one thing I believe right now. Now, the interviewer, which a white man asking me a question, what is this obsession? What is this obsession of the Northerners against the Igbos? This was in 1964, guys. Many of us today blame the Igbos for their woes. Many of us believe that the hatred of the Northerners on the Igbos actually began in 1966 after the coup, and the counter coup in June 1966. That's what many of us believe. That's what many of us stood for. Many of us believe that the hatred of the North on the East was the killings of the Northerners by the Easterners who actually plotted the coup of 1966, January 15th. That is what we were told. That has been what is in our mind, guys. Am I right? So the idea, the history, the story that we are being fed with was the hatred of the East by the North started after January 15th coup of 1966. But what we are just seeing today is a complete different ball game entirely. The hatred of the East by the North is already existing from time immemorial. It has been there from the beginning. This was in 1964, 4 years after independence and 2 years before the first coup, where a prominent leader, a face, a voice, the hope of the North, was speaking to a European journalist, and he had this to say. Let me go back again.
Of that, the North's general hate of the East. And you can start to get the picture of the sort of tribal tension Nigeria was heading towards.
You see that? He said you can start to think and see the tribal tension that Nigeria was heading towards. Our leaders, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief S.L. Akintola, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Anthony Enaoro, and many of these front-runner, Nigerians of the second extraction who actually fought vigorously for the independence of Nigeria. Were they blind to see some of the things that were happening then, which has now skyrocketed to the position it found itself today? We have never been one country from the beginning. After I watched this video, I began to see the reason why the East are crying. To get their freedom. Why the North are crying hard? I mean, the East are crying hard to be free from the bondage that they have been kept from 1960. Many of us believe, we were told the story, that they not took over the entire setting of Nigeria immediately after 1960. Hear the story, hear the language of a premier who was like the prime minister or the governor general of the entire northern state or the entire north region at that time. Hear what he has to say, guys. Listen to this.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Yeah.
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody.
See that now? The Igbos are more or less an assumption. So the hatred of the Igbos by the Northerners is mere assumptions. Guys, the hatred of the Igbos by the Northerners is mere assumption. They have been assuming from the beginning that the Igbos had this domineering spirit. Just because the Igbos are industrial set of people. Just because the Igbos want to be heard. Just because the Igbos want to be seen. Let's go back again a little bit backward, because I love this. I want you guys to listen to this again a little bit.
Hear this. Are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area.
Nigeria, where are we heading to? You see, one Igbo man can never, ever, 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 ever rule this nation. And I was surprised that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe saw this. But he failed to capitalize on this very particular loophole to save his people and the entire South Let's assume he made an error in 1959. He repeated a mistake in 1960. Then he repeated a mistake again in 1967 when Nigeria became a republic. But I never thought he's going to repeat the same mistake again in 1979. But he did repeat the mistake. He was always conniving. He has always conniving with the enemies of the Igbos. My question is, was he not aware? Did he not actually know that there was something sinister about the attitude of these Northerners against the Igbo? So anywhere an Igbo man goes to, he wants to dominate. Who do not want to dominate if an opportunity is given to them? How do you think they monopolize? Because they know how to do their business perfectly. This video is 1964. What happened then? Is it not the same thing happening today in Nigeria? Where the Igbos have been seen as overambitious set of people. Where the Igbos have been seen as group of people who are overambitious because they just want to be heard. They want to be seen. They have a very high level of business acumen. Are you going to blame them for taking every opportunity serious? Who is going to blame them for that, guys? We all are given equal privilege and opportunity in the contraction called Nigeria. But the Igbo somebody take very, very good use of every opportunity that comes their way. I know how many Beninese, when I went home now, that I spoke to on some business deals, they completely bluffed me off. They said, no, we don't need it. They don't even believe in us. We the adults, for example, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. This is what an Igbo man does not do. How do they monopolize an economy? How do they monopolize a place? When an Igbo man is rich, he goes to his village and bring in 10 persons called apprenticeship to come to that same town. And he train them in the line of his business and then settle them. Then when he settled them, these guys are going into the same line of business, not a different line of business entirely. They're going into the same life. If the man taught them how to do spare part ship, how to sell spare parts, vehicle spare parts, they are going to be on that line of vehicle spare parts. The 10 of them. When this 10 have not gotten freedom, he returned back to the village again, and this 10 also return back to the village and pick more boys. Who will go to the village, pick more boys, come to town, and train them on the same line of business again. And settle them. So you see, there's going to be this geometrical, increase in the Igbos, dominating that particular trade. Are you going to put that against them? Because they understood what it takes to make business work? Hear this again, guys. I want to listen to this part of monopoly. Hear this, please.
Type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area.
See, if they go to a village or a town, They want to monopolize everything in that town. My question to other Nigerians who sees Igbos as a threat is, what do you do with the opportunities that you get, just like the Igbos do? What opportunity? What do you do? What do you do with your opportunity? What do you do? Listen, guys, like I said, I'm one guy who just say the truth. I don't care. Everybody's my brother. There was a time in this country, around 2010, 11, 12, many people here that will be watching me now who know me very well in Sweden. Got to a point, and I was so popular among the company where I was working, and they always give me this opportunity to get people in. Do you know what I was doing then? I get Edo people in a lot. There was a time I got Edo people in. I think I got 12 persons into a job. After that 12, only 3 was not from Edo. 8 of them, 9 of them were from Edo State. Edo State. Out of that 9 that was Edo State, 9 of them were Benin speaking Edos. Bros, do you know what happened? Immediately they got settled. The first person they used to do their experiment was me. The first guy they used in doing their experiment was me. That is what an Igbo man doesn't do. That is why you see the apprenticeship has no end. It has no end. It has been there from time immemorial, even before independence. This apprenticeship have been with the Igbos. So they've kept it on going. So people blame them for having the acumen on how, to keep a trade within the circumference of the Igbo people. Listen, my brother, I'm playing a video for you now. We say Olohi of Benin Kingdom. I'm playing a video for you. I'm not talking. So you listen to the video, the man speaking there. Okay? So you cannot refer me to a page. You listen to the video, the man speaking there. Today, how many of us, guys? How many of us today? Yes, like I said, if you're coming in, and I said from the beginning of the video, sometimes I might not agree on their modus of operandis. So today I want to ask a simple question. Who is ruling Nigeria today? Why are we keeping quiet? So that idea, some of the things we bring into play, just listen to this guy. You just listen to him, and at the end of the day, you also have to learn. I don't talk based on what I hear or what people say. I always do my findings. On this video, that's what I'm working on, guy. Hear this again. If you are here, you are just coming and listen.
Perhaps explain that to me.
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area.
Now, beautiful. Oloyi of Benin Kingdom. Now, you listen to him now. This is pure assumption. If you're a Benin man, we always stand for truth, for justice, fairness, and equity. We are not sentimental in our dealings with people. That is who we are. We stand for the truth. Yes, their modus of operandi might not be acceptable to us. That does not mean when we see the truth, we will not say it. Based on what he said now, he's assuming. Hear it again, guys. Hear it again for the second time, the last time.
Is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people who...
Now look, if you speak English, the Igbos are more or less this type of people. The Igbos are more or less this type of people. That is pure assumption. So it is the assumption of these people that is shown to us to accept that the Igbos want to dominate. Listen, that there is no support. Let's continue. Listen right now.
Desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area.
Now, and the truth is, my brother, he was speaking on the generality of the Igbos, not on the northern region, guy. He was speaking on the entire nation. He wasn't talking about the north alone. The question they ask is, why does the north have much obsession on the Igbo people? Why does the north have much obsession on the Igbo people? And he said, the Igbos want to monopolize and dominate everywhere they go to. He gave an example. If they go to a village, they want to monopolize everything in that village. And I put it to you, sir, or ma. If I have an opportunity today of taking over the real estate that I'm into right now and become the Lord in the whole of the South, won't I do it? If I have an opportunity today that anything that has to do with estate business today will not become that people need to consult me to do it. Don't you think I'm going to do that? How does that not translate to me wanting to lord over everybody? And I also put it to you, sir, again today. What is the Hausa doing today to the other part of Nigeria? Are they overloading you guys, or they're actually following what he said the Igbos we are doing today? My brother, I think you are already misquoting. Listen, I think this guy. Let me put your comment here so that I can be able to deal with it a little bit. I think I'm going to bring this one down a little bit, guys. Sorry, I'm going to bring this one down. Let's deal with this right now. I think my brother is upset based on the information he had been fed with, and I understand that. Now, I'm a pure Benin man. I'm one who have Benin blood flowing in me. I'm just a Benin man. I am one of those who actually the great grandfathers and the ancestors actually started the Benin, kingdom. I'm from Ogbe. Actually, I'm from Ogbe. Ogbe was a four. I've said it several times. So I am part and parcel of the Benin Empire. My family are there from the beginning. My mother is from the ESL of Uselu Kingdom. One of the greatest ESL that ever present himself to the palace of the Obara Benin. So we have been there. We have been in the face of both the traditional institution of the Benin Kingdom. Now let's leave the present day. Where did the hatred they said to us come from? The moment you have this, when you have this hatred already in you over some certain people, what do you think happens? Whatsoever they do does not matter to you anymore. Okay? This doesn't matter to you anymore. Okay? The Igbos are trying to install their Eze in Benin Kingdom. We just heard we know how many Hausa have installed themselves in Benin. We know how many of them have done that. And you and I also know that the Igbo system of traditional system or monarchical system is not as strong as that of the Benin Kingdom. No Benin man can go and install an Oba anywhere because it is against our beliefs. We have a strong, centralized. I have a very strong, centralized system. Listen, my brother, Wunda Sibila is my friend. Okay? Guy, you going back now. You're going back. And if you go back like this, I might not be able to help you. So you need to open your mind. You need to open your mind. Let's discuss the past and what led to the present. So if you're on my show, I teach people. I don't share hatred. I don't share disunity. I don't share anything. I teach people. So when you come to my page, the best you would do is to sit down, listen to me, then I will be able to take you through. You are talking of the present. We are talking of the past. Okay? I'm trying to tell you where this obsession, the hatred came from. Because listen, my brother, if you hate people for a very long time, if you hate people for a very long time, if you hate a person for a very long time, what do you expect them to do? They will be obsessed. I'm gonna follow know that. If you hate people for a very, very, very long time, they'll be obsessed. Then on this one you're talking about now, for them, say Benin is part of their map. Listen, it's just some few boys who are doing it at the back of your house, guy. You're just talking about some few uneducated Igbos who are doing it at the back of your house, and you are calling it, the Igbo agenda. Come on, man. That's the issue right now. These are few guys. We have criminals in Benin, just like we have Lorefanini then. Are you going to say all Benin are criminals? Come on. This old map you're talking about, if you actually follow Wunda Sibila doesn't talk to Igbos, Wunda Sibila talk to IPOBs. He's my friend. Wunda Sibila doesn't talk to the Igbo people. Wunda Sibila talk to IPOB. Wunda Sibila has a program now where Ijele speaks. An Igbo man is in his show. Okay? Wunda Sibila has a program now where Ijele speaks. An Igbo man is on the show. Why do Wunda Sibila actually carry most of the Igbo's talk that is against? Why do Wunda Sibila normally carry most of the Igbo's talk that is against what the Igbo believes in? Okay, guys, so let us not be carried away. We're talking about the generality of the Igbos, not some miscramps within the Igbo cycle, which is in every place. We have one now in Germany. What's in the monkey face? Is that guy not actually, disseminating the traditional institution of Benin? That's the question. My brother, you see that that's the reason why we're going to have a lot of issues even in the Edo. For us to get for this attitude, we can't even get anything from the Edo people. I'm telling you guys. I'm very
If
frank
you put
in my
them
dealings with people.
in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp.
Now, look at what he said now. He said, if you put them in a camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as the leader. Is that a wrong ambition? What, oh God, come on, Steve. You need to come down right now. You need to come down right now. If you put them as a head of the laborers in a camp, in a year they want to emerge as a leader, is that a bad ambition? What are people talking about? How do they emerge? How do they emerge to become the leader? How do they emerge to become the leaders? How? How do they emerge to become the leaders? Is it by hard work or they bribe themselves through? And you know, in the north, it is impossible for the east to bribe themselves through. It means they actually emerge by working extra hard. We must tell ourselves the truth right now. You might hate the Igbos. I might not even like them, but that does not mean I will not say the truth when the need arises. Because this is a word. It's not what I read now. This is a word that is coming out from the mouth of a leader. Hear this again, guys. Let me play it back.
If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp.
Now look at, underline the word again. Within a year, they will try. Within a year, they will try to emerge as the leader. That is what we call ambition. So are you not telling me that having an ambition is a sin? If you say that, then every one of you from Benin, of any part who is against the Igbo for having an ambition, should return back to Nigeria and be a beggar. So make sure you are not richer than your fathers. Because we all have an ambition. So we all have an ambition. So our ambition is to become the top, not even the middle, neither to be at the bottom. So the idea of dominancy we're talking about today, how did it come? How will an Igbo man leave the east and go to the north and dominate? You have to know, guys, between the independence, that three particular points, when this man was talking now, the most educated set of people in then Nigeria was from the east. So if that is the case, then every position available at that time that requires proper, educational qualification will go to the east. So what are we talking about right now? Why are we trying to play the Ochis game? Okay? Hear this again, guys. I want you guys to hear this one.
If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp.
He gave two ways. They will be, if you put them in the camp, within a year, they will try to emerge as the head. the leader of that camp. How did they do that? How did they do that? Do they actually fight, the people into submitting? The answer is no. If they go to a village, say they're going to monopolize the village. How do they monopolize the village? How? The Igbos are smart. An average Igbo man is a smart dude, guys. The Igbos watches each other's back. You heard of what Obi Kubana said? He has raised up over 300 people in his villages who are millionaires today. He has brought in his Igbo brothers, the E-Monies, the Kubana chief priest, and many others today who just went to Scotland and bought off all produce coming from one of the Scotland best whiskey. They have a very sound business acumen. We should give them that. We need those kind of people to actually, pallot the affair of the nation Nigeria. My brother, forget about POBs. That POB just came yesterday. These guys don't even know history. They also been brainwashed with hatred and lies. So you don't even listen to those guys. My brother, Bundeswehr is against the IPOB, not the Igbo people. If they try to become the head of the camp, how is that a crime? Who swore to court? Where is the case? In which village? In which village? Please, guys, let us not rely on rumors. In which village? In which village? In which community? What is the name of the Eze? Where is his palace being built? That it never trended on social media. With that on the one of the Sultan of Arab Hausas that wanted to take place at Eyan. It was everywhere. We dealt with it. When did this happen that we, the Benis, are not aware? Which news actually took it? Which court they took us to in Benin there or anywhere in Nigeria that the Benin Kingdom is not aware of this case? Listen, my guys, I do my things. I believe in what is real, not what I hear by ear. Let me continue, guys. Let's go on.
And so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities because you can see from our Northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here.
Okay, now, look at what he said now. He said, before 1952, the Northerners were not up to their responsibilities. Okay. The Northerners were not up to their responsibilities. Now, I want to ask you the question. Who employed the Igbos into the Northern Civil Service? Who employed the Igbos into the Northern Civil Service? See, they only have 10 Northerners who were in the civil service in the North as at 1952 when he came? Who was piloting the affairs of the Northerners, the Northern region? Now I see why would the movement, the South, which are the Igbos, then when they call the Igbos, guys, let me tell you, everybody from the South, except the Yorubas, we attack the Igbos. Everybody from the South, except the Yorubas, we attack Igbos by the Fulani Caliphate. The only people they know then was the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the Hausas. The Middle Belt was not even existing in their memory because they tagged both the Middle Belt and the Igbos as Igbos. The only people they know are the Yorubas, the Igbos, and themselves. So when this man was talking about the Igbos now, it's referring to both the Midwest region and the old Eastern region. Take it or leave it, guys. Before you came in 1952, there were only 10 Hausas in the civil service of the Northern region. It means for an Igbo man to even decide to come to the Northern region and work for them to build their structure, we need to give them kudos. The hatred that emanated from there was that their region was becoming better and they wanted to flush out the Igbos or the Southerners from that place. So what did they do? They came up with all propagandas in order to blackmail, to blacklist, to paint this group of people to become the problem of the North. I put it to you, sir. What is the condition of the North today after the complete send off of the so-called Igbos, which are the Igbo-speaking people, the non-Igbo-speaking people, like the Queries, the Port people, the Bibios and all. Like I just told you before, even the Midwest region was tied to the old Eastern region by the Hausas. Because we don't speak Yorubas. You have never seen an Hausa man talk about a Benin as an entity of its own. It is being put together into a cycle, which is always attached to be an Igbo person. Let's continue, guys.
And I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all...
Now, he said, when he came as a premier in 1952, he met only 10 Northerners in the office, and he was pissed off because every other president were from the Igbos extraction. And he decided to send all the Igbos away and Northernized the civil service. Now, my question is how did that, or do that now make the Igbos to dominate other ethnic nationalities? What is the definition of domination? Because they are smart, they have this business ideology that they know how to increase by helping their own people. That not make them to be bad people. To me, I think the answer is no. That's the truth, guys. What Obi Kubana is doing for his people today, no Benima will do it. Can't me anywhere. Quote me anywhere. Our people, no Benima will do it. If even the Benima does it, the Benima that they helped, we make sure that he repaid the man that helped him back with evil. That's the truth. Look at what he said.
All key posts in the north, solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians, a temporary or permanent one.
You see what he said now? He said, now, after you have now northernized it, you see, when I think about it, he wasn't talking about the Igbos alone, because it sounded the Igbos to them. Look at the man now reframe the question. Let's go back, guys. Let's go back and listen to this question very well. Guys, listen carefully.
Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
You see that? Said, you now filling all these posts with the northerners without any position for Nigerians. So the interviewer had to reframe to make sure we understand where he was going to. So then the Igbos he has been talking about had not only be the Igbos alone, but the entire southern Nigeria. Hear this. Hear what he says next.
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too.
So, Claire, first, the northerners. The next one they're going to take is a white man. They didn't say Yoruba. They didn't say Edo people, guys. We should forget this whole hatred. He knew what he was talking about. He got to the point when the man reframed him to understand that this is not a Nigerian setting. He now used the word Nigeria and took away the Igbo thing. It means this guy knew what he was saying all along. The Igbo he was referring there was the entire southern Nigeria, not the Igbo-speaking people alone. That is my point. He said, northerners first. Then after northerners, you will get an expatriate, which he said, like you, which is a white man. First is the north, then the white man on a contract base, and if after that, before they will not consider the other Nigerians, he didn't say Igbo anymore, the other Nigerians on a contract base also. Now, guys, what is somebody not telling me to believe? That the Igbo are the problem of this contraction. Yet this group of people right now who do not even know history, they might begin to act funny. We understood that clearly. These ones here, this group here, we understand. They're going to be having a lot of problems every here and there. That's quite understandable. But does that mean we have to completely end the generality of the people to be bad? See now. Now let's continue. Let's see this.
This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers.
Now, he asked another very important question. And the man replied, said, how many northerners are employed in the West or in the East? You see that? It came down. It came down to say the West and the East. So, but from the beginning of his conversation, it was the Igbos. Then he went to a point, he said the other Nigerians. Then he finally decided to now say, okay, the North, the East and the West. As of 1964, when this very interview was aired, the Midwest region, which is the Edo Delta, was already in existence, but he never mentioned it because to them it was not existing. You heard that now. This interview was done in 1964. But he never mentioned the Midwest, which was the fourth region in the country as at the time, a year before this interview, was made. He now asked a question. Say, how many Northerners are employed in the South? In the East or West? He said, no. He said, if even there are, there will be 10 laborers. That shows, number one, there are Northerners as at that time in the East and in the West. Number two, were the Northerners qualified for the position as it is today? The answer is no, capital no. Number three, how would the East and West, who have a lot of educated, qualified, persons, to not decide to employ one who is unqualified into a position that needs qualification? He said in 1952, when he became the premier of the Northern region, they only had 10 qualified persons in the Northern Civil Service. So between 1952 and 1964 is just 10 years. It's just 10 years or 12 years. 1952 to 1964, that's 12 years in between. How many graduates are you going to bring out of school as of 1964? When you have already taken all the primary 6 certificate holders, all the standard 6 certificate holders, all the A-level holders, you have packed them into the Northern Civil Service by northernizing the entire Northern Civil Service. Now, who are you going to import to the East or to the West to not compete with this set of people who had gone around the world studying? Who are you going to, how are you going to put a 0.6 certificate holder to not compete with one that have a diploma in law, or the one that have gone to Harvard University, Oxford, and every other university that was existing as at that point in time? So the only job they would have been able to do, just as they are still doing today, is laborer work. Even those of them today who we even think are educated, when they talk like an illiterate. They told me, we said, this man, when he was talking about Igbo, he categorized us as part of Igbos. Because in 1964, we already had the Midwest region. They see us as nobody. Like I said, I don't blame some of our brothers who are this hatred for the Igbo people. I don't blame you. The hatred had never been there until these IPOB guys came and sold a very wrong narratives to poison the mind of the Benins. And do you know something, guys? Let me tell you something you don't know. You know some of these people, some of these Hausa people, these Fulanis. You know, some people love money. How many people believe that? Say yes or no. You know people love money, yes or no? Hello? How many people know that Igbo actually loves money? Please let me get yes or no. Hello, guys. You know Igbo loves money, yes or no? Can I say yes, see yes or no, please? Beautiful, beautiful. My sister said, Irene said yes. Do you know that some of these IPOB boys today who are jumping with Tonadi Kano might even be working for the caliphate? You guys don't know? You guys know that some of these boys who are jumping with IPOB up and down now might even be working for the caliphate? You don't know? These guys are ready. Listen, have you ever asked yourself, the moment they not, put a bounty on the head of Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu was caught. A 100 million naira bounty on his head, that's when he was caught. Nnamdi Kanu's movement have been very secretive. He doesn't tell people. How did they not know he was there? Some persons among them who lost money would have sold that young man out, all for their belly, not for the fight. You get it right now. So you see some of these people who actually trying to destroy the Edos with these people, with the Igbo brothers that we have lived together with from time immemorial. Don't you know that some of these people are even paid agents who parade themselves as IPOBs, all in a bid to sell hatred and disunity among the Southern Nigerians? Come on, guys. You get it now. So how will I not decide to believe or accept things that is coming from people who are not actually the custodian of the Igbo nation? If people like the Ohaneze in the Igbo, the governors of the eastern states, start speaking, saying Edo State has been part and parcel of them, then I will start listening. Seeing that this body are undermining the power and the strength of the Great Benin Empire or Great Kingdom. But you hear from some miscreants on social media who do not really understand, who have never read any book on the history of their own people, not talk about the history of the Great Benin Kingdom. So what you were seeing there, guys, was a calculated plan to discredit and destroy the relationship built, which they've succeeded in doing today. And I can promise you, some of these guys are being paid heavily for that job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this one. I love this now. I love this. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is my Father. Thank you very much, sir. Say, my brother, IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra, not Igbo people. Biafra is not an Igbo word. The Igbo people have an identity different from the Biafra struggle. Just like giving Nigeria a name called Nigeria. Nigeria is not, it does not have an identity. So don't listen, guys. We should stop listening to some of these guys who are being paid just to create hatred among us in the South. We can't win the war if we are divided the way we are today. The North will be penetrating us. Because the house divided against itself cannot stand. What we are fighting for is to amend the fence and speak in one voice. You can see since May this year that the southern governors have been speaking in one voice, the North is already shaking. They're already shaking. Even the North is calling for if the South want to go, they should go. Because this is the first time the entire South, both the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the Niger Deltans are speaking in one unity voice. Nigeria is a fraud. Just like, because it's not a name. It has no identity to us as the original people of that Savannah rainforest. The same thing with Biafra, it has no identity to the Igbo race. What is the meaning of Biafra? We should start from there. So if people that said we are IPOBs and they begin to speak for Nigeria, for the Igbo people, they're going to say these are some bunch of people who just say what they want. Want to hear for the people who actually controls the power at hand. And just like this boy, like I said, that who is destroying, giving people a false narratives of the Benin Kingdom. A complete false narratives. How many of the Benin man today have actually attacked that boy? How many of the Benin man have actually called that boy to say, you are the problem of the Edo people? Most of the information, most of the narrative is being propagated, on the social media space actually comes from that boy's war. What have we actually done as an Edo man? To say, no, this boy is one that is actually destroying us. But no, rather we put all our blames on an Igbo man who sits behind his computer and type whatever he want to type. This hatred was already there before the coup. This hatred was already there. If you look at the way he's talking, this hatred had been there since 1952. Before he came in. Before this man here. Let me try to
killing your premier.
You can see from our Northernization policy.
This man here is the problem of Nigeria. This man. The problem, he was actually the same man who said that Nigeria is an estate of Usman Dafodio. And the South is a conquered territory. Go it out. This same man said it. This same man said it. This man was an ethnic bigot. This guy was an extreme ethnic fanatic. This guy is the problem of this nation today. What we are seeing today was as a result of what he planted. There were people that were in the corridor of power before he came in 1952. There were people in power in the north before this man came, this Amadu Bello. There were people there before he came. Because before he came, employing an Igbo man into the northern civil service was like a joy to the north, because the Igbos were actually helping them to grow their economy in the north. That was why there was northern dominancy in the north. I mean, there was eastern dominancy in the northern civil service prior to 1952 when this man came. If the leadership of the north at that time were not comfortable with it, they would have raised an eyebrow. Do not forget, the system that was being practiced in the north by the colonial masters were the direct rule system. That was being practiced by the colonial masters, the direct rule system. You can get me on this number. You can get me on this number. So the system that was practiced in the north before the coming in of these people was the direct rule system. So it means the colonial master normally seek approvals from the caliphate, who was in charge of the north, on some certain thing they were doing. I talk with fact. I talk based on the reality. I don't put hatred in me. I might not like the way the Igbos, some of the Igbos are acting, but that does not mean I will not say the truth. I don't allow emotion and sentiment to cover my sense of reasoning. So the Igbos came, they were employed because they qualified, and because they were actually doing what was required to actually move the northern region economy to the next level. At the time the Igbos left, based on his narration, when he came in, things started turning around for bad. That was where their level of problem started coming up. Things were really no more working the way it ought to work. Things started, disintegrating. Because when you now put in people who are not qualified, into a position, they will not be ready to actually learn. When there is no competition in a place, people will not want to learn anymore. So they get these things for free. Just like we today, most of us today actually came from a very poor background. Except few of us. Most of us came from a very poor background where we have to work our ways into becoming who we are today. And our children, there are things our children take for granted today. What you will never take for granted in your time. That's why you're going to see when a big man dies, his children come his baby immediately after the death of their father. They begin to sell off properties. Yeah, that's the truth, guys. Why? Because they do not actually witness this contention or trying to actually fight for something. They get everything on a platter of gold. That's the truth, guys. So what brought them not to where they are today? Because there was no more competition. The Igbos was actually giving them the zeal to fight and get things on merit, be sent away by this man.
that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now.
That now. And I tried to have it northernized. So it means the northernization was no more based on qualification. As long as you're a northerner, you get a job. That's what we have today. Where a Sharia lawyer is the Chief Justice of the Federation. When a man couldn't provide his secondary school certificate, he's the president of the nation. Where the Minister of Justice of the Federation can even speak simple and correct grammatical English. So what you see in the North today was actually built by this man. He did it out of hatred for the Igbos. Today, they're not pay for it. That's why you see up to today in the North, they ask you if you want to go to Unity School. Unity School, this is a federal secondary school. They said if you have a East 130, 130. Edo Delta maybe 135. Yoruba 120 something. The North, they will tell you to have 3. I mean 3 over 100. That's 3 over 400. 3 over 400. They will do 3 papers. No, 3 over 300. They'll do 3 papers. Maths, English, and quantitative analysis. So it's okay if you get 135 over 300, you are qualified to enter Unity School. From the East, from the West, from the South. But in the North, just get 3. I mean, I'm not 3. I'm not saying 30. 3 marks, you are qualified. This is where the North actually lost it. That their standard fell beyond where they are today. They now breeded these professors without no proper educational background. Where a pharmacist holder in the West can stand a professor in the North. He was the cause. He implanted the hatred of the Hausa man on the Easterners. Look at him talk. Look at him talk. He hated them. It means he actually came to vie for position, all because of what he felt the North, the East were doing, that they were taking over their environment. See, today, which business today is the North not involving? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir. Which business in the North and Iboma is not involving today? Somebody tell me. Which business in the North that an Iboma is not involving? Tell me. What has changed between the 1964 when this man had this very interview, the dehumanization of the Igbo race? Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate, ma. God bless you very much, ma. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, ma. So we'll talk later, ma. Thank you. What has changed between that time and today? Someone should tell me what has changed between that time and today. All the spare parts in the North is owned by who? Do you know that today the Igbo people are actually the one that is selling rice? They own the rice farm. They give the Hausa people to now farm to produce rice that they sell to them and to us. Listen, guys, the moment they don't bless somebody, who God has blessed, let no man curse. After the war, Gowon gave them only 20 pounds. Their houses were seized from them. Who are the richest Nigerians today? Who controls the highest billionaires in Nigeria today? They are the Igbos. Do you know that an Igbo man is a special advisor to the prince of Saudi Arabia? An Igbo man. I'm not here to praise them, guys. I'm here to say the hatred that we are seeing today on the Igbos did not start after 1967 or 1966, like most of us are being told to believe. But today, the reality is different. Okay, let me pick this first. Yeah, hello. Hello. Yes. Yeah, but your network is breaking now. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, my name is Osas. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay, go ahead.
It's about the discussion that is on.
Okay.
About the problem we are facing in our country and in our state. With the help of Nigeria Watch, we are able to get some certain proof in that country that we are facing today. Then I have the support to my brother that is online. Nigeria problem starts from our father, from the days of our father. You see, today we have felt our right to the Northerners because our father they did not stand to fight for what belongs to them. Talking about the British colony, Britain did not colonize the Northerner. They give the Northerner indirect ruling, the way they give with the Southerner direct ruling, because of the jealousy of the Benin Empire. Hello?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
So, if you see the nation of Nigeria now, we the youth, we are the only people that can vote against this government. What is the action we are taking? What is this problem that is going on? Everybody might be afraid. The way Fela have already told us before, we don't want to die because we have one wife, we have children, we want to live the best life. So anything we are talking to today, we will talk it today, we will talk it tomorrow, we will talk it next tomorrow. If the direct step is not made to stop this thing, we will still continue to fight the victim our forefathers have fought before. Nigeria did not fight for independence. Everybody that tell you that this is the father of independence, they mention names to the Nauru or all those people you mention, they have no father independence because Nigeria did not fight for independence. Nigeria independence was a peaceful independence. Okay, after going to Britain in 1958 for requesting for their independence, Britain promised us 2 years time and they give it to us. Before giving it to us, the Northerner vow that the Christian will not rule them. Ask our father, they will tell you the truth. They did not want to support for Britain to leave them alone. So we the Southerner, we were the one that give power to the Northerner, not Britain give them power. A graduate was among us. We the Southerner, we have a graduate from the south, from the west, from the east. Even the youngest freedom fighter, Nauru, was among. But a school staff holder, a a secondary school teacher become a prime minister, become a first-class citizen in our nation today that we are facing. A secondary school teacher, a school cert holder. That is where our problem began. And that is the problem we are facing today, that will never stop. Hausa people, they are the first-class citizens of our nation. Either we destroy it or we rebuild it. When that problem comes from Hausa people, they are the so how will we solve that problem, brother? That is my question for you guys.
Okay, how will we solve that problem? That problem can be solved when we decide to solve it. Yeah, the question he asks is, how do we solve that problem? That problem can be solved when we decide to solve it. Right now, we have not decided yet. We are still fighting ourselves, believing that one person or one group of people is actually the problem of the nation. Listen. Victor, Norua, let me tell you something, sir. I understand what you are saying. I think it's Simeon Ekpa, or whatever they call him. These are some few myopic, self-centered group of people who just want fame. The reason why I am different is because my point is always about what I will become. It's about putting before the people the truth at all time. But some people just want to have fame. And they know that they will just look at the body language of the people that they are following. So what they do, they try to dance along the line of the people, even when they feel it's not okay. That's just who they are. Okay? Once upon a time, when Nnamdi Kanu started the war, when Nnamdi Kanu started the war, the first people he was insulting was the Yorubas and their pastors. But today, they are not working hand in hand. They are not working hand in hand, to not fight against the common enemy to them right now. So the truth of the matter is there are some very few myopic people among these people who have this very, unfortunate mindset of trying to bring others down in order for them to rise. It's okay, it's even in a dough. But the idea of the Igbo man wants to oppress us, that is lie. We are too lazy. We are too lazy, or we are too wicked, or we are too selfish, or we are too self-centered to actually listen or look at the way Igbos move to become who they are. Go and read history. The first set of people that came to this country where I live, to the Sweden, are the Beninese. In the late 80s and early 90s, are the Beninese. We have the Yorubas, we have the Igbo, but the major group of people that came here were the Benin people. I'm telling you, the first group of people that came here were the Beninese. Because this place was too cold, nobody was coming, but the Benin took it and they came. But come to this country today, the biggest boys in this country are the Igbos. How did it happen? That's what we call about monopolizing, we'll talk about today. They showed their next brother the way. We don't do that. We should stop hating them for it, guys. We don't do that. We don't do that. A typical Benin man does not even want the next man to progress. We know. I'm a Benin, so I know what I'm talking about. People might hate me for this, but I'm going to always tell you the truth. We must learn from them. They took over this country. Go check history. Who opened Germany? Is the Benins. But who controls Germany today is the Igbos. You would ask yourself why. So people who just want to monopolize everything, want to create problem for everything. Bros, they hold your hand. They just tie your hand together. They tie on a hand. Go to Cook Road. Go to James Swart. Go to Forestry. The houses belong to Benin people. The shops they rent belongs to Benin people. These Igbo people, they pay hundreds of thousands per month on those small shops along that exit. How many Benin men want to do business? Or even want to introduce, if even get business, they know to introduce the brother put. You want to be seen alone. Make we tell ourselves the truth. Make we just open your tell ourselves the truth. Let me call the people with so make we know they blame people. They do everything for their own to better. Abba. With the aid them. They help themselves. They expand. Make me, you might see the call for donation. Make me now, you might see me call for donation now. So okay, we want to do something for Edo State. We need 1 million euros. If the first person will come and say, hey, yeah, man, how about easy? On a bene in Nigeria, no, you. That's going to be the next thing you're going to talk about. This is what an Igbo man don't do, guy. Make we forget that hatred. Like I said, there are some of them that are miscreants. We know. But majority of these people, they are industrious. They have high level of business acumen. So we must begin to tell ourselves the truth. When the civil have been on social media shouting, how many of you now for a year don't say, EPA, this is your Midwestern nation that you are agitating for. Let's take it to the next level. Let's fight together. You're going to contribute to make sure that you become the mouthpiece of the Midwest. How many of you now? How many of you now don't do one for these people, for this Edo? These Igbo boys, one of the can't none the work since 2012. He has been jobless, sitting home, but he's been fed by the IPOBs. How many of you, how many Edo man go allow one man to sit down just for assassinate in front of the computer? So I go just talk every day, 3 talk. I go to talk, then when I go to send money for my account, I feed my wife, my children, live my life big. I go to buy suit. When we say the cost alone, it could be your salary for 4 months. You don't care. I go to use first class. They fly all over the world. Live in the best hotels anytime I come to your country. Even invite you Inam emeti inam mabewe. I give him respect. In everything I do, I know that we all have different character, different part. Okay? Me and Lilo Makia, I don't look at the bad side of the person. I look at what I can gain to improve myself. That is my nature. That's my character. That's my character. Not the bad side. When they talk about the one way, which one we don't learn as a Benin man, what can a Benin man and a Dom man be proud of? Except that ancient culture where Papa gave us. What we don't do, what we don't do in our own time. Go to social media today, go and see Saga. Enter social media now. From rest, back, front, center, everywhere, go see Saga. Courtesy of Edo people. Ave mi Igbo, Igbo tana me IPOB tana. Nu wakawe inya robima. The humanitarian, is it not us? Who is not us that will come to social media and begin to disgrace ourselves? They not give them informations? Not be we. Who brought our royal palace to social media? Naibo? Not be Binima? That is giving a wrong narrative of our ancestral history because he wanted to make money at all cost. You never see people they come here because they say, you never seen it before. All the Igbos on social media, either they are fighting for Biafra or they are against Biafra. They are always constructive to their own cause. But our own, every day, na saga. Because that's the only way they can make money. They can make. If na saga they do since now, if they do saga now, maybe my view for that is 1,000. If they do saga now, maybe the view for that be 1,000, 1,005. We have this pulley down syndrome. Make maybe it's a saga. You put na saga. I want to talk about Evis. You put her there. Hey, even before me come, the guy was done fool. They go, they wait for me, make a come blast service. when we just put off a small video, you just put small heading, you see everywhere go fool. Because they want is to see the downfall of others. We don't blame people. Now anybody give them, they make like destroy themselves for social media. The way the IPOB they cost us so. Not be so we ourselves they bring ourselves down. Rita dance, welcome man. Not be so we they bring ourselves down. Give magate mata. Agate mata my be or say equidia. Riedo kai. Oh, not temata my be equidia. Oh, Igbo problema. Igbo. Igbo ami mejo. Ima wu. Ima fiun. Ima wona. Ima wona. Ima wona. Aba. Igbo awu wa Rita, I say you never hear me speak Benin. Oh, let me say you don't know. Igbo awu wa Na Igbo, na him make us say we not fit unite. That when I see somebody get problem, I will be happy, jumping up, happy. But when I see somebody they progress, I go shocking. I know poster for my wall. Ah, then abua, ebo, we may post a way me. I so no abua. Abua no eso no ye. Imo ebo me. Ah, ni mo ebo me need promote. Eso no. Go watch any video done by an Igbo man. I'm telling you, go watch it. You have 40,000, 50,000 views. As Naija was done fight for Unarish. As Naija was done fight for Unarish. My brothers. How many of them that was viewed and don't watch? Say in late 2 days could be 40,000. Wanna tell me? As we don't fight for Unarish. Yeah, but you don't press it like. You don't share. Naija was very, you must see me near hammer. You give me a idea, a blue guy. As soon he press here, I watch your money. He press it like. He share video ni. He answer when the job was got can answer sakwe. He sure any me do share. He do anyway got to me a view 40,000. Eh ma wa. He sure He in the job was some logo na mo logo yan video yan. Abuwa no imu ye wo me esunu. Mo me agbin yan wa. Na job was imi alu yan. And I was very human to me. If you me one vote. That na Igbo people cause down. Sister, is it Rita Adams? I beg answer me. Na Igbo people call her. Hey, Irene. Na Igbo. Oh, Jesus is my father. Na Igbo people call her. Moku na answer my question. Igbo voni man. Na Igbo vesia. Igbo voni magane. Igbo vesia. We just talk about Igbo. Before we talk about them, we sit down, we take off our own. Me them in my ear. That be man. Eu ouvi do tipo polícia no viedo. Ouvi do, o tipo polícia no viedo. Nem a movie do yegan. A ouvi do não. Inu viedo ewu, isiti uwe no weje. Isiti no weje, viedo no ewu. Isiti no weje, viedo no ewu. Wewe yo bona. O iwu ne eno iwe ko yalo de ko kan. That's the next thing in your mind. You just found ro han ginu to. You will be blaming Igbo people. As this is our problem. We might control in most of these European countries. Igbo maere. Inu ma we vi win na. Inu ma we vi win na. We la we bo. Vi Igbo maere. Inu ma we vi win na. We no ya vi win na die do. O vi ni die ron. They will begin at the Igbo nani. And Igbo na do everything area with vaso. We madan yake. Eh? You see, listen, guys. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I'm a very liberal guy who sees things very clearly. I'm not sentimental about what I do. I have issues with Igbo people the way they do some certain things, which are the IPOBs. That's okay. Few of them. But even at that, I see beyond their mistakes. I want to see why they are acting the way they act. That's how I run my life. So the idea of people coming and saying, "Oh, they are bad people," they are this. I've actually sat down to think of ourselves as Edo people. We have our own flaws. Who are the cause of those flaws? Are the Igbos the cause? Or we are the cause? We don't help ourselves. Do we help ourselves? We dey help ourselves, but we talk true. We dey help ourselves. Do you know? There was a time, there was a man they called Gaya Sobaseki. I don't know if you know him. I don't know if you know him. Gaya Sobaseki. He was actually the uncle to the governor. Okay. He was the first Edo man to be the group managing director of NAPC. And I was opportune then I was in Warri. My uncle was working in NAPC. And do you know that this man, when the time was coming to do promotion, this man not promoted Edo people. NAPC, more than go ask anybody. Between 1970 something to 1996 or 97, 98, NAPC were controlled by Edo people. I'm telling you, thank God, Rita Adams, they are controlled by Edo people. Now they get them more. Edo people don't get them more. Because that time, you know, say in the Midwest region, now we go school pass. So when NAPC was built, we still have the Midwest region now, where Edo, the headquarters was in Benin. The Shekiris, the Irobos, the Jos, and other the Kwele, the Abos, all those people, they respect us. So this man not good promote them. He not good promote them. Reasons nobody knows. Now you be GMD, you want to retire now. To promote your people so that make them take over. You know good one. Now what people they do. Now what thing outside people they do today. The way they get to any position. They put their people in. They are not thinking of themselves, they're thinking of the future. That was what this man did also. This man, that was what he did. Sorry, guys. That was what this man did. That was what, not this one.
Being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of putting all...
That's what this man did. Sister, let me put this comment up. I beg my brother, Monasian. This is a woman that did the IT where Gaius was the GMD. She said Gaius Sobaseki helped a lot of the Shekiri people based on the fact that his wife was an Shekiri woman and refused to help his Edo people. Now my question is now, are you now saying that the Igbo man make our brother not to help us? I beg. Thank you, Sister Irene. Are you not to tell us that in the Igbo man, I don't make our people help us? That's my question. Make we, if we must move forward, we must tell ourselves the truth. Osivana bahia emanate ematamebe ikunit etan woto. You must tell ourselves the truth at all times. Truth pains. It's bitter. But if you're able to absorb it, it can change everything concerning you. The Igbos are not the problem of the Benin people. The Benins are the problem of the Benins. Who sold out General Soro during the 1897 war, February 17, 1897 war, between the British and the Benin Kingdom? Who sold out General Soro? Is it Boma? Who? Who sold out General Soro? Go and read history. I love it. May I put this comment here? Mona, read this one. Oh, this one scattered my heart. Henry, I better not kill me. I just gotta beg you. I use my papa beg you. Not kill me. It's a come to realize the issue at Rita. I did my IT at NMB. The manager there is a Benin man. I was referred to him for employment. He told someone that I was treating his girlfriend, who is an Igbo lady. Bros, me I don't say you don't get a job. No even talk about me. I don't say you don't get a job. They never will give you the job. But at the end, we can't blame others. If I'm saying that the Benin's are bad, is it all Benin's? They say no, it's not all. If I say the Benin's are bad, is it all the Benin's that are bad? No. There are some Benin's that have a very good heart. Just like there are some Igbos that are very, very bad. And there's some Igbos that have a very, very lovely, good heart. Because I'm a businessman and I want to make more profit. Doesn't make me a bad guy. I'm just doing my business. And that's what I want every one of us to start thinking. We want to treat these people bad. Let's look at where we are coming from. So why do we have to blame others? I help people in this country. They nearly send me to prison in this country. In this place. They nearly send me to prison. If not God, now prison I foresee myself. For a crime that I did not commit. For a Benin man, if you help Benin man, for a Benin man to tell you thank you for helping him or her, you will find a way to bring you down and take over your position. This is what Igbo don't do. People just feel that even the help, when they help they finish, they want to make sure that help, when they help the person so. The person where they help so, we help them so, they will bring her down. Make the man go the beg. And at the end, we will start saying, Igbo are bad, Igbo are a problem, Igbo. Who told you how? How? How, my brother? Now tell me. How? Make somebody tell me for you. How? I met some people, guys. I'm going to end with this. I met some channel guys that I did some business with, and the business requires a huge sum of money, and I don't have that kind of money. I started calling some Benins that I know. Nobody come on. Nobody come, my brother. I called an Igbo man. Igbo man come and put 10 million naira into that project. 10 million. I don't know. Somebody just introduced me to her. The guy, he saw the business, he saw everything, put 10 million in. Benin man no put money. You go work a man. He go work a man. Emuyo, Igbo man was the one that I invested in that thing. And that business worth millions of naira kickback. The Igbo man get them. Who you want to go to the place na Igbo man na be our problem? How? We hate these people because they are industrious. We hate them because they have this unity when it comes to business. We hate them because they see Igbo first before any other people. That's supposed to be the mindset of every nationality. I can promise you, go for an interview with a German man. Go for an interview with an American, a white American. An interview, both of you go together. Sister, brother, I think, and I know, the Igbo will take the white woman first, or the white American first before they will choose you. I'm telling you. The white man will prefer to choose the white man first before they choose you. Then what is our problem? We should stop putting our problem on the Igbos. We could face ourselves by ourselves. That now we by ourselves be ourselves problem. Caused by ourselves to ourselves. Nobody. That one, an Igbo man will shop shit. That's why they feel they do houseboy. Have you ever seen a Benin houseboy? I mean, if I've seen a Benin houseboy here, will not beat the master. If we decide to be an houseboy, you go beat the master. You go in master why go talk to her. The woman the Chris. Benin boy. You see me teach her trade. Your wife will call talk to one here. So you can go beat your wife, beat Chris, come out for you, go back, come out. We don't have patience to learn anything. My number na mechanic. All in boss where they could none of them the lane work finish. All those Benin boss. Now everyone we get now let this Igbo Isoko boy any lane work. All these people don't lane work. They lane work finish. But they don't learn too much. They don't know how to hold spanner. And they say, "Oh, God, will be you." They will come out. Now who they are be that? Too proud and arrogant. They will be blaming other people for our wolves. Make we leave matter. And I know you come for Benito now. The question we are seeing, now make they provoke now. Okay? I know you come for all before. We must wake up. Our pride. You cannot be proud when you have nothing, when you have no idea. That's who we are. We are proud for nothing. We have no idea, but we are proud. We're raising shoulder. Not me. I've got it. Any beer there. Thank you guys, man. Make a waka. I appreciate you all for today. Jesus is my father. Thank you very much. Obasoyi, Rita Adams. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for showing up today. Until we see you again later, today or tomorrow, depending on what God's will. I want to say a very happy weekend to you all. Celebrate your weekend. Enjoy yourself. So everybody is going to work. Take them easy. Not to stress yourself. God is in control. All our hearts desire will come to pass. Thank you very much, everyone, and bye for now.